This is Marble. He's a 5-year-old cob who is still in training. His basic schooling: circles, serpentines, walk, trot, canter, a little bit of jump. He is very lazy, so needs pushing on. He isn't very supple at all, and goes along with his head quite high up, where he's got a lot of muscle developed under his neck rather than on top. Rosie's pushing him forward to make him track up, which appears to be working, but he's resisting by putting his head up higher. Marble's got fairly good paces once he's pushed on. He's got a very willing attitude to work and learns things rather quickly. Marble isn't very responsive on the lunge. He does take a while to get working and get moving. He does sometimes go onto the forehand, which he plays around with and gives him his power. Rosie, how does he feel on the lunge? Yeah. Mhm. Guitar. How does he? Mhm. Walking Marb. Walk. Mahab. Mm. He started to supple already, isn't he? Yeah. So he's already loosening up through his back now. So it's just that's just that little bit of dominance then. Mhm. No. That's it. See what he's like on this round. He's a lot more, I think, dominant on the right rein than he is on his left. So you might find him easier on this rein. He might just prove me wrong.
Certainly a troublemaker, isn't he?
Mm.
Not a good idea to stop the long one. Oh, you're going to be a troublemaker, Marvel. Get myself ready.
Right, I'll come out your way. Do you feel better on this rein, Rosie?
Yeah, he's going forward a lot more.
He just seems more dominant.
Still is a little bit lazy behind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's definitely tracking up now. Nope. Like table.
yeah. Sort of almost a motorbike, is it?
Mhm. So now we're going to think about putting him in a Pessoa to try and get him to come down on the bit a bit better and work in more of an outline. And also try and get him to move his back end more underneath him and work more from behind.
Okay, we're going to fit a Pessoa to Marble as it will encourage him to work more in the outline. We can adjust it to what we prefer. We can have him in a longer, lower outline or an upright outline. That's how he's going to show us how to fit one. I'm just going to start by putting any of the spare ropes and pulleys over his back so they're out of the way. And then we'll start by putting the padded back bit behind his tail and out of the way. She's secured the top clip to the top of the roller and pulled his tail clean. She'll then work on the pulleys and the other clips that will go through the roller and attach to his bit. We'll do one side at a time so it doesn't get too tangled up. Keeps things nice and simple. And she'll thread it underneath and clip it to the underside of the roller. She'll then do the same with the other side, and we'll see the back underneath the tail and above his hop. And again untangling this side and threading through. Clipping up to his bit and back to his underneath, the ring underneath his roller. We can then prepare him for lunging. Okay, so we're now working Marble with the Pessoa. It's quite important to really push him forward into this because he is a young horse and it will be easier to teach him later on if he's going forward. So at the moment we've got it on a really loose setting. We're not having him have like his head too low, too high. It's just there so he gets used to it because this is the first time he's worn a Pessoa. So we're just going to push him forward and let him get used to it. So he's giving him some words so he'll listen and have some reassurance. And already he's starting to settle, lowering his head. How does he feel, Si? Yeah. Yeah? So we're encouraging him to lower and work in a lower outline, as he tends to ride and work with his head held high and in a higher outline. Okay, we're going to use the Pesara and lunge marble again on the other rein, so he's worked evenly. We're going to really try and push him forward because we want a steady rhythm, as he's now quite settled with the Pesara. So we're going to try and push him on and make sure he's tracking up, engaging with his hindquarters, and we're probably going to do some transition work. So he uses his hindquarters and is listening to Zoe while she's lunging him, as we did have troubles earlier when we was lunging. He was very reluctant to stop. And he kind of gets in his own set of frame of mind that he can do. If he does the trotting, he'll be done and the work will be done. He can go back to his stable then. So we're going to really push him forward before asking for a transition, and then we'll reward him with good words, telling him he's being good. Push him forward again, really making sure he's working in a rhythm, but keeping things simple. And then praising him again. And then driving him forward again. And already he is listening more to Zoe. He's getting prepared. His ears pinned onto her. He's listening. He's chewing now, which means he's now submitting to Zoe and paying attention. And the transitions are becoming more direct. More accurate. And he's now working in a much lower outline. Again, he's listening to Zoe. Yeah, he looks better. He's tracking up a bit better as well. Although he's still not quite working with his hindquarters, he's tracking up more. Obviously we do not want to overload him, as it is his first time in a Pessoa, and he is a young horse, so we do not want to put too much pressure on him straight away. Take things nice and slowly and just encourage it and try and make it as positive as possible so he enjoys his experience with the Pessoa and it's not a negative experience. And we'll now probably cool him down. Are we going to cool him down? Yeah. We'll end the session and cool him down. Just letting him to walk quite freely. He will probably need to be worked into a Pessoa again to encourage and back up the work you've already done with him. And this will help with the best improvement to his outline and his shape.